Most men fail to realize that even when a woman moves on, she still wants to feel like she could have you back if she ever changed her mind. As long as she believes you're still emotionally available, waiting, hoping, or watching from the sidelines, she doesn't fully experience the loss. But the moment she senses that you are truly slipping away, something changes. At first, she may act indifferent, pretending that she's unaffected. She might even convince herself that she's completely over you. But deep inside, a shift is happening. The power she once held over you starts to fade. You're no longer reacting to her texts, liking her pictures, or waiting for her attention. Suddenly she realizes she no longer has control over the situation. This is where the panic sets in. Women are highly attuned to the emotional dynamics of relationships. They can sense when a man is still attached, just as they can sense when he's genuinely moving on. And when she loses the certainty that she can get you back at any time, her mind enters a state of doubt and confusion. The idea of losing someone who was once emotionally invested in her starts to feel real. This is when she begins to test the waters, sending mixed signals, trying to make you jealous, or even reaching out to see if you'll still respond the way you once did. But a man who understands his value doesn't fall into this trap. He knows that the key isn't to play games, but to focus on his own growth and self-respect. Because in the end, the real power doesn't lie in making her want you back. It lies in becoming the kind of man who never needs to chase validation in the first place. Number 1. The unexpected power of silence. Long. In a world where people constantly seek validation through words, attention, and instant responses, silence is one of the most powerful tools a man can use, especially when dealing with a woman who is losing her grip on him. Most men make the mistake of over-explaining, chasing, or reacting emotionally when a woman starts pulling away. But what they fail to realize is that true strength lies in restraint. When you stop responding to her games, her mixed signals, and her attempts to manipulate your emotions, something profound happens. At first, she may believe you're just playing along, waiting for the right moment to re-engage. But as time passes and you remain unbothered, her perception begins to shift. She starts questioning herself. She wonders why you're not reacting the way she expected. Did you move on? Are you seeing someone else? Have you realized your own worth? Silence forces her to sit with her own thoughts. Instead of being able to control the narrative, she's left in uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds curiosity, which quickly turns into frustration. A woman who was once confident in her ability to keep you emotionally attached now faces the uncomfortable reality that she may have lost that power. More importantly, silence allows you to reclaim your energy. It puts you back in control of your emotions rather than being at the mercy of someone else's actions. It shifts the dynamic completely. Instead of being the one seeking closure, validation, or attention, you become the one who dictates the terms of engagement. The key to making silence work is consistency. You can't break it the moment she reaches out with a breadcrumb of attention. The second you do, she'll know she still has control. But when you stand firm, when you truly detach and let silence do the work, she starts to feel the weight of your absence. And that's when the real power of silence is revealed. It forces her to realize that she needs you more than you need her. Number 2, reverse the power dynamic. One of the biggest mistakes men make when a woman starts losing interest is scrambling to regain her attention. They chase, overtext, seek closure, or try to prove their worth. But in doing so, they unknowingly hand over all their power. When a woman knows she has control over your emotions, she loses respect for you. The more available you are, the less desirable you become. Reversing the power dynamic isn't about playing mind games, it's about shifting the focus back to yourself. Instead of reacting to her actions, you take charge of your own life. This means prioritizing your growth, your purpose, and your self-respect above all else. When you stop seeking her validation, you force her to question her own value in your life. Suddenly, she's no longer the center of your attention, and that realization unsettles her. Psychologically, people want what they can't have. The moment she senses that you're slipping away, that she no longer holds emotional control over you, she will start to feel an instinctive pull to win you back. This is because attraction is rooted in uncertainty and challenge. If she always knows you're there, she takes you for granted. But if she sees you thriving without her, focused, disciplined, and unbothered, she starts to wonder if she made a mistake. Reversing the power dynamic also means setting higher standards. If she wants to be in your life, she has to prove her worth, not the other way around. You no longer tolerate mixed signals, disrespect, or emotional games. You communicate through action, by walking away when necessary, by not reacting to her attempts to regain control, and by making it clear that you are not an option, but a prize. When you make this shift, the entire dynamic changes. Instead of being the one chasing, you become the one who is pursued. And when she realizes she has lost the upper hand, she will either rise to meet your standards or be left behind. Either way, you win. Number 3. The fear of losing you kicks. People don't truly appreciate something until they feel like they're losing it, and this applies to relationships as well. When a woman starts to sense that you are slipping away, that you're no longer emotionally invested, the fear of loss kicks in. Suddenly, she's no longer as confident in her decision to pull away, and doubts start creeping into her mind. At first, she may not notice the shift. She assumes you'll always be there, waiting, just in case she changes her mind. But when she sees you moving forward, becoming more focused, socializing, improving yourself, her perception changes. The safety net she once had is gone. She realizes you are no longer at her emotional disposal, and that realization is unsettling. This fear of loss is driven by a psychological principle called reactance. When people feel their freedom to choose is being threatened, they instinctively want to reclaim it. As long as she felt certain you were still an option, she had no urgency. But now, uncertainty creeps in. What if you've met someone new? What if she made a mistake? What if she can't get you back? These questions fuel her anxiety and make her reassess her feelings. This is when she may start showing signs of regret. She might randomly check in, react to your posts, or send indirect signals to see if you'll take the bait. But this isn't necessarily because she wants to rekindle the relationship. It's because she wants to regain control over the situation. The key here is to remain detached. Don't respond emotionally. If she truly wants to come back, she needs to put in genuine effort, not just throw breadcrumbs your way. Because at this point, it's not about whether she wants you back, it's about whether she deserves another chance. Number 4. The moment she starts testing you. When a woman realizes she is losing her grip on you, she won't always rush back immediately. Instead, she may start testing you subtly to see if she still has control over your emotions. This phase is not about genuine reconnection. It's about checking if you are still an option. At first, these tests may seem harmless. She might like an old photo of yours, send a casual message, or make vague comments on social media. Sometimes she'll even accidentally text you something just to see if you'll take the opportunity to engage. These are strategic moves designed to gauge your reaction. If you respond too quickly or seem eager, she'll know she still has an influence over you, and her fear of losing you will fade. She may also test your emotional strength by bringing up past memories, hinting at regrets, or playing the jealousy card by mentioning someone new. This isn't always because she truly wants you back. It's because she wants to see if she still matters to you. If she can provoke an emotional reaction, It reassures her that she hasn't lost all control. But here's where most men fail. They fall into the trap. They react emotionally, thinking these tests mean she's ready to reconnect. They get excited, engage too quickly, or even try to prove their worth to her. And the moment she sees that she still holds power over your emotions, the chase is over for her. The right move? Stay calm, detached, and unbothered. If she's serious about reconnecting, she will put in real effort. Anything less than that is just a test, and a high-value man doesn't play games. He sets the rules. Number 5. The ultimate shift. She starts chasing you. There comes a moment when everything changes, when she realizes that her usual tactics no longer work, and the power dynamic has completely shifted. This is when she starts chasing you. But why does this happen? It's simple. People desire what they feel they can't have. When she begins to sense that you're no longer emotionally available, that you're focused on yourself and truly moving forward, her fear of losing you becomes real. The attention, validation, and emotional security she once took for granted are no longer there, and now she's the one feeling uncertain. At first, she may test the waters subtly, but when those small attempts don't work, she'll start putting in more effort. She might send longer messages, apologize for things she once refused to acknowledge, or try to reignite old conversations with nostalgia. She may even suggest meeting up, just to see if she can still affect you. But here's what you must remember. This shift isn't about love or a sudden realization of your worth. It's about her loss of control. If she truly wants you back, it will take more than just a few desperate attempts. She will have to show consistency, real remorse, and a genuine desire to rebuild things, not just to satisfy her ego. This is your moment of true power. You now have the choice. Do you let her back in under your new standards, or do you keep moving forward? Whatever you decide, remember that the goal was never to make her chase you. It was to regain control over yourself. And once you've achieved that, you'll never need to chase anyone again. Number 6. When she regrets taking you for granted. At first, she believed you would always be there, waiting, hoping, and willing to take her back at any moment. She thought she had time, that you would always care, and that no matter how she treated you, she could return whenever she wanted. But as time passes and you remain distant, something unsettling starts to happen. She begins to regret taking you for granted. This regret doesn't come immediately. At first, she may feel confident in her decision, thinking she can find someone better or that moving on will be easy. But as she sees you thriving, growing, and becoming even better without her, she starts questioning everything. She realizes the attention and validation she used to get from you are gone. She starts noticing that other men don't treat her the same way you did. The security and stability she once felt with you are missing. She may try to downplay these feelings at first, convincing herself that she made the right choice. But deep down, a growing sense of loss begins to settle in. Memories of how you cared for her, how you always supported her, and how you truly understood her start resurfacing. And suddenly she realizes she underestimated your value. This is when the regret becomes undeniable. She may try to reconnect, subtly at first, by liking your posts, commenting on things she never noticed before, or even reaching out just to check in. If you don't respond the way she expects, her regret only deepens. She may start wondering if she made the biggest mistake of her life. But here's the truth. By the time she realizes your worth, you may have already moved on. And that's when she truly understands what she lost. Because real regret isn't just about missing someone. It's about knowing that they're no longer waiting. Number 7. When she starts watching you from a distance. At first, she might act like she doesn't care. She may seem happy, unbothered, and completely detached. But as time passes and she realizes you're not chasing her, she starts feeling an unfamiliar emotion, curiosity. She begins to wonder what you're up to, who you're with, and most importantly, if you've truly moved on. This is when she starts watching you from a distance. She won't reach out directly, not yet. Instead, she'll keep tabs on you in subtle ways. She might check your social media, notice every post, and analyze every detail. She may ask mutual friends about you, hoping to hear that you're still affected by the breakup. If she sees you thriving, working on yourself, meeting new people, and genuinely enjoying life without her, it triggers something unexpected: insecurity. She once had control over your emotions. She knew that at any moment she could text you and you'd respond. She knew that she could post something suggestive and you'd notice. But now, that certainty is gone, and it's making her anxious. You might notice strange signs. An old picture of you two gets liked by accident. She starts appearing in places she knows you'll be, or she begins posting things clearly meant to get your attention. These aren't coincidences, they're tests. She's watching from afar, trying to gauge your reaction, hoping to confirm that she still holds some power over you. But the moment she realizes that you're no longer playing the game, that you're genuinely moving forward without her, is the moment she truly feels the loss. And that's when the regret turns into something stronger, the fear that she has lost you for good. Number 8. When she realizes she's losing her grip on you. Most men don't understand this. But even when a woman moves on, she still wants to believe she could have you back if she wanted to. As long as she feels that option is there, she doesn't fully experience the loss. She remains comfortable, knowing that if things don't work out elsewhere, she can always return, and you'll be waiting. But something shifts the moment she realizes she no longer has that control. When she sees you genuinely moving forward, focusing on yourself, leveling up, and no longer reacting to her breadcrumbs, panic starts to set in. She realizes she can't just text you and expect an instant reply. She can't post a picture and assume you'll react. She's no longer the center of your world, and that's when the real fear kicks in. This loss of control is unsettling for her. It forces her to confront a reality she never considered. You're no longer emotionally available to her. For the first time, she sees you as someone she might actually lose forever, and that realization can be overwhelming. At this stage, she might try subtle tactics to regain her grip. She could start posting more, trying to get your attention with vague or emotional captions. She might even reach out casually, pretending it's nothing serious, just to see if she still has an effect on you. But here's where most men make a mistake. They respond too eagerly. The moment you show her that she still has power over you, the cycle resets. Instead of reclaiming your value, you fall back into her frame. The key is to stay detached, keep focusing on your growth, and let her sit with the discomfort of realizing that you are no longer under her influence. Because once she truly feels that loss, she'll start questioning everything, and that's when the real chase begins. Number 9. When she loses certainty about getting you back. A woman's confidence in her ability to get you back is often what keeps her in control of the dynamic. As long as she believes that she can have you whenever she wants, she doesn't feel any urgency. She assumes that no matter what happens, you'll still be there, waiting. But the moment she starts losing certainty about this, everything changes. This uncertainty creates a shift in her emotions. She starts questioning whether she overestimated her influence over you. She wonders if she misjudged your attachment, and suddenly, doubt creeps in. Instead of feeling secure, she starts feeling anxious. That's when her attraction spikes. See, people want what they can't have, and the moment she realizes she might have lost you for good, her desire to win you back intensifies. This is when she starts chasing. Now, she's the one analyzing your actions, wondering why you're not responding, checking to see if you've moved on. She might even start reaching out with vague messages, pretending she just wanted to check in, or sending nostalgic texts to bring up the past. At this stage, her actions are no longer about you, they're about her regaining control. She wants reassurance that she still holds power over you. But here's the mistake most men make. They give that reassurance too easily. The moment you respond eagerly, she feels a sense of relief, and the cycle resets. The real power lies in maintaining your frame. When she loses certainty about getting you back, let her sit with that feeling. Don't rush to comfort her. Don't validate her fears. Let her experience them fully. If she truly values you, she won't just test the waters. She'll make a real effort to prove herself. And that's when you decide if she's worth letting back in. Number 10. When she starts sending mixed signals. When a woman realizes she no longer has the same influence over you, confusion sets in. She's not ready to fully admit that she wants you back, but she also doesn't want to lose you completely. This internal conflict leads her to send mixed signals, small gestures designed to test your reaction and gauge whether she still has power over you. At this stage, she might randomly like your social media posts, message you out of nowhere with a casual "hey," or even pretend she texted you by accident. She might post cryptic quotes or pictures that seem directed at you, hoping to provoke a response. These actions aren't about fixing the relationship, they're about control. She's checking if you'll still react, if you still care, and most importantly, if she can still pull you back in whenever she wants. This is where most men fall into the trap. They see these signals as a sign that she's changed, that she misses them, and that she's ready to reconcile. But in reality, she's only testing the waters. If you respond too quickly or show excitement at her attention, she feels like she's won you back too easily. And once she has that reassurance, she loses interest again, and the cycle repeats itself. The key is not to react emotionally. If she truly wants to reconnect, she needs to put in real effort, not just throw out breadcrumbs to see if you'll chase her. A high-value man doesn't settle for mixed signals. He looks for clarity and consistency. Stay patient, maintain your standards, and let her prove through actions, not just hints, whether she genuinely wants to be in your life. Number 11. When she finally tries to get you back. If you've stayed strong, focused on yourself, and refused to be manipulated by her mixed signals, eventually she reaches a breaking point. This is the moment when she truly tries to win you back, not through vague gestures or half-hearted attempts, but with real effort. At this stage, she won't just like your posts or send a casual message. Instead, she will start bringing up the past, expressing regret, or even apologizing, something she may have sworn she'd never do. She might remind you of the good times, trying to rekindle the emotional connection. If she sees you moving on, she may suddenly open up about her feelings, fearing that she has lost you for good. Now, the power has fully shifted. It's no longer about what she wants, it's about what you want. Do you let her back in? Do you keep moving forward without her? Or do you set new standards she must meet if she wants a second chance? This moment is crucial because it reveals whether she's genuinely changed or if she's just afraid of losing her control over you. If she's truly sincere, she will put in consistent effort, acknowledge past mistakes, and work to rebuild trust. But if she's only acting out of panic, she will try to slip back into old patterns once she feels secure again. The most important thing to remember is that this journey was never about getting her back. It was about getting yourself back. When you realize that your happiness and self-worth don't depend on her, you gain the ultimate power, the ability to choose what's best for you without chasing validation from anyone else. Number 12. When she tries to make you jealous. When she realizes she no longer has control over you, desperation kicks in. One of the most common ways she'll try to regain that control is by making you jealous. This is not a sign of genuine happiness or personal growth. It's a calculated move to provoke an emotional reaction from you. She might start posting pictures with other men, suddenly acting as if she's having the time of her life, or commenting on another guy's posts in ways designed to get your attention. Out of nowhere, she seems to be living her best life, laughing, partying, and acting as if she's completely moved on. But here's the truth. If she had truly moved on, she wouldn't need to broadcast it so loudly. This behavior isn't about her new life. It's about you. She wants to see if you still care. She wants to see if you'll react, message her, or show signs of jealousy. She's testing whether she still has power over your emotions. The biggest mistake you can make at this stage is taking the bait. The moment you react, whether by confronting her, getting jealous, or trying to prove you've moved on too, you give her exactly what she wants, proof that she still affects you. A high-value man, however, doesn't fall for these games. He stays focused on his own path, unaffected by her attempts at manipulation. When she sees that her tactics no longer work, it has the opposite effect. She becomes the one who feels insecure. She starts wondering why you're not reacting, why you don't seem to care anymore, and that realization makes her want you back even more. The best response? No response. Keep moving forward, because the moment she sees she can't shake you, she'll realize she's the one who's truly losing. Number 13. When she starts overcompensating. At this stage, she feels the pressure. Her usual tactics, making you jealous, sending mixed signals, or testing your patience, aren't working anymore. She expected you to react, to chase, to show signs that she still has a grip on you. But when you remain detached and unaffected, she begins to panic. This is when she starts overcompensating. Suddenly, she becomes overly nice, liking all your posts, commenting on things she ignored before, and even reaching out with messages that seem out of character. She might send you a long, heartfelt text reminiscing about the past, apologizing for things she never admitted to before, or acting as if nothing ever happened. It's tempting to believe that this is a genuine change, that she's finally realized what she lost. But here's what most men don't understand. This isn't always about love or regret. More often than not, it's about reassurance. She doesn't necessarily want you back. She just wants to know she could have you back if she wanted to. She might be doing this to feed her own ego, to restore a sense of control, or simply to see if she still has influence over you. If you respond too quickly, showing excitement or relief, she gets her answer. She still has power over your emotions. And once she feels that security again, she may just disappear or return to her old behavior. The key here is patience. Is she putting in consistent effort, or is this just a temporary panic reaction? Is she genuinely remorseful, or does she just want to feel validated? A man who knows his worth doesn't fall for short-term gestures. He waits for real change. Remember, true value isn't proven in a single act of desperation. It's shown in long-term consistency and genuine effort. If she's truly sincere, she won't just talk. She'll prove it through meaningful action. Number 14. When she hopes you'll be friends. When all else fails, when her attempts to make you jealous, send mixed signals, or overcompensate don't work, she resorts to one final strategy, the friendship offer. She suddenly suggests, "Let's stay friends," as if she values your companionship and wants to keep you in her life on a purely platonic level. At first, this might sound like a mature and respectful idea. But here's what you need to understand. This isn't about friendship. This is about control. She doesn't want to fully let you go, but she also doesn't want to commit. Instead, she wants to keep you as an emotional backup, a safety net she can fall back on if her other options don't work out. Think about it. If she truly just wanted to be your friend, why does she get jealous when you stop responding? Why does she seem uneasy when she sees you moving on? Why does she still check your social media, react to your stories, or try to keep tabs on your life? A real friend wouldn't behave like that. The truth is, this so-called friendship is just another way for her to maintain control. She wants to keep you close enough to validate her, but not close enough for a real relationship. She wants to know that if she ever changes her mind, you'll still be there, waiting. But here's the real question. Are you okay with being an option? A high-value man doesn't settle for leftovers. He doesn't accept half-hearted attention. He doesn't let someone who walked away keep a hold on his emotions. If she truly regrets losing you, she'll prove it with effort, not a friendship offer. And if she's just trying to keep you around for her own comfort, the best response is simple: walk away.